They said non-incisional hair transplantation would soon be gone. They told me not to even learn it, but now it's the complete opposite. Non-incisional hair transplantation clinics are increasing, while incisional ones are decreasing. Hello, I'm Director Choi Seong-ho, Modumo Clinic Hair Transplantation Center. A question I often get asked by those who know me is why Director Choi Seong-ho no longer performs incisional hair transplantation, and I'm here to explain. This day has finally arrived. I used to perform only incisional hair transplantation for more than 10 years, and now the day has finally arrived when I no longer do that and exclusively perform non-incisional hair transplantation. As a nation that loves to do things pali-pali, Korea has made significant developments in the hair implanter and incisional hair transplantation. In the past, doctors from both Japan and the Philippines actually came to my clinic to learn surgical techniques directly from me. Back then, when they observed my hair transplantation procedure, what astonished them most was how I could complete the surgery so swiftly and with such simplicity. That was because of the hair implanter combined with incisional hair transplantation. In the past, only incisional hair transplantation existed, even when I first learned. However, when non-incisional hair transplantation was later introduced in Korea, many doctors claimed it would soon vanish and instructed us not to even consider learning it. But now, the situation is completely reversed. Non-incisional hair transplantation clinics are increasing, while incisional ones are decreasing. Why are more clinics performing non-incisional surgery? This is due to the ongoing advancements in non-incisional surgery, whereas incisional hair transplantation has ceased further development. Non-incisional procedure disadvantages are no longer so today. Conversely, the disadvantages of incisional hair transplantation remain unchanged. Currently, non-incisional hair transplantation is being performed much more frequently. People who visit us after watching YouTube often make the following remark. But I heard incisional hair transplantation is better. Why do you say non-incisional is better? And this is how I respond. Before I even say non-incisional is better, I point out that over 90% of those who claim incisional is better are likely surgeons who either only perform incisional surgery or don't know how to do the non-incisional method, and that's probably the reality. I don't think you'll find anyone who is proficient in non-incisional hair transplantation saying that incisional hair transplantation is superior. I mentioned that the disadvantages of the non-incisional method have all turned into advantages. So what were its disadvantages in the past? First, it took way too long compared to the incisional method. With incisional hair transplantation, harvesting takes maybe 10 or 20 minutes. In contrast, non-incisional harvesting alone used to take 4 or 5 hours. The second issue was a lower hair follicle engraftment rate, which wasn't a problem for the incisional method. The third reason was that shaving head was absolutely mandatory, but what about the present time? Today, the punch, the most crucial tool in non-incisional hair transplantation, has undergone incredible development. The equipment has seen tremendous improvements, and numerous high-quality punch tips for creating holes are now being manufactured. Additionally, doctors' techniques have made significant advancements. The surgery time is much shorter than it used to be, and as a result, the hair follicles are harvested cleanly, which has significantly enhanced the engraftment rate. From my experience, non-incisional hair transplantation has a better engraftment rate. Non-incisional hair transplantation without shaving is now entirely possible. At our clinic, we do many non-shaving, non-incisional hair transplantations. Beyond that, only advantages remain. First off, since there's no incision, there's definitely less pain. And with no incision, there's no need for a suture. Since there's no suture, you don't have to come back to the clinic to get stitches removed. With less pain, sleeping is also much more comfortable. With the incisional method, the skin is pulled and stitched, causing a prolonged, uncomfortable pulling sensation in the occipital region post-surgery. Non-incisional methods only make small holes to harvest hair, so there's no concern of pulling in the occipital region. Just looking at these points, you can see that non-incisional hair transplantation has far more advantages than the incisional method. Of course, this doesn't mean incisional is a bad method. Incisional hair transplantation is a good method with many advantages. However, the reason non-incisional hair transplantation is performed more frequently now is that its benefits far outweigh its drawbacks, with many more advantages and correspondingly fewer disadvantages. In the past, I've had the experience of driving a gasoline car, a diesel car, and even owning and operating a hybrid car. Currently, I am driving an electric car. Now that I've driven an electric car, I think I'll only drive electric cars from now on. The reason is clear, it's because electric cars are better. When electric vehicles were first introduced, all the media solely focused on their drawbacks, emphasizing that they were dangerous. Then, at some point, almost every renowned automobile company will undoubtedly manufacture electric cars. The era of electric vehicles will likely arrive very soon. In 2024, the best-selling car around the world was indeed an electric car. 10 years ago, nobody would have guessed this would happen. It's the same with non-incisional hair transplantation. 10 years ago, nobody would have predicted non-incisional hair transplantation would be mainstream, although some doctors may have seen it coming. I think non-incisional hair transplantation is now mainstream. So I have just explained why I have been consistently advocating for and exclusively performing non-incisional hair transplantation. If the first generation of doctors who pioneered hair transplantation in our country were those who only performed incisional hair transplantation, if that generation includes those like me who do both incisional and non-incisional procedures, then the third generation will exclusively perform non-incisional procedures. Among the second generation doctors who have performed both incisional and non-incisional methods, everyone would agree that non-incisional is the superior method. That's how superior the non-incisional method is. I truly believe that non-incisional hair transplantation can effectively replace the incisional surgical method in nearly all circumstances. Here at Modumo Clinic, we specialize exclusively in non-incisional hair transplantation and are committed to providing you with the best possible results. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will personally check and respond to your questions promptly. Thank you.